Steel City. Is everybody ready to go? It's proclaim the greatest radio show.
Week 1's in the books. Week 2's on its way. I can feel a winning season.
Well, you can feel it, but you haven't done it yet, and none of us have. We were all 2-3 last week.
Oh, I won my pick of the week. That means I'm 1-0 in something.
Believe it. And you're 18-18-1 all time in your picks of the week now, and you're 5-1 in your last
all
6 picks of the week as well.
No 47 again this week, huh?
No, we did see him though. We should have said something. We
I
should
did.
say, give us your pick for every game.
He gave us his P. He just wouldn't give us his pick. I don't know what's going on there.
Gave us his P, huh?
Well, we gave not somebody as part of the spread, but one of the spread affiliates needed some clean urine.
Spread affiliate. He is not a spread affiliate.
He sleeps at the studio.
Well, let's start this off though.
Let's
I
get
said,
into it.
We all went 2-3 last week. The spread picks of the week all time are 74, 70, and 4. But we got to pick it up, man. We got to get to our winning ways. We said we were going to shut Vegas down this year, and it wasn't a good start. But
It was only 1 week, man. Calm down.
I get it.
Week 1, I think, is the hardest week to bet, if you ask me, because you have no idea what teams are going to be this year yet.
I think Easy disagrees with you.
Always.
You like the beginning of the season, correct?
Yeah.
Although it hasn't worked out for you so far.
Well, the lines were pretty easy.
To read.
No, I mean they were just. I mean the spread this week is a lot harder to pick than the spread last week.
So you're going 1-4, 0-5, something like that?
Well, every team I was gonna pick, I took the opposite. So that's how we roll in week 2.
All right, let's get this started. Let's start with Johnny Parlay. He killed it last season, like I said, 2-3 last week, but he's still 97, 78, and 4 all time. And over his last 79 picks, he's 51-28. He's going with the Tampa Bay game. Tampa Bay is at Arizona. Arizona is -6.5, and the over/under in this game is 50.5.
Parlay's not feeling Zona this year. Eddie B's not feeling him either. He said they're done. They're
Really?
going to put up fantasy points, but they're going to skid this year. That's what he said. Unless I was drunk when I read the comment, but it was like 2 in the morning.
Carson Palmer didn't look too bad last week, and New England looks like they're going to be a good team, even without Tom Brady. I mean, it's a solid football team, and without Rob Gronkowski as well. Arizona had a tough game. Tampa Bay went out and beat the Atlanta Falcons, and not necessarily handedly. What, do they beat them by 7 or something like that? I don't necessarily think Tampa Bay is going to go in and beat Arizona, but I think Tampa Bay's on a rise. I like Jameis Winston. I like the weapons they put around them out there, and I think this is just a little bit too big of a line, so I'm going to go Tampa Bay, and Johnny Parlay is going to say Tampa Bay as well.
I'm not sure Tampa Bay goes and wins this football game. They're still a young team. Winston's still a young quarterback. They do have to travel 3/4 of the way across the country, or is it at Tampa Bay?
No, it's at Arizona.
At Arizona, okay. 5.5, that's a big line. I mean,
6.5.
6.5, even bigger. Today's NFL, I mean, it's tough to win by a touchdown. I know the Steelers did it on Monday night, but that's because Kirk Cousins is a complete piece of crap.
Jeez, man.
So, Jameis Winston, Carson Palmer, they're both a little bit better than Kirk Cousins there. But still, I'm not sold on Arizona. I asked you in like a preseason segment, I think it was, Dash, is Arizona overhyped? You know, did they hit their peak? And, you know, you said pretty much as long as Carson Palmer plays at a high level, they can still play at a high level. And, it's to be seen still, but I'm just not sold on them. They're going to be a playoff team. Don't get me wrong. They'll probably go, 10-6. They might even squeeze out 11-5. But I don't look to see that same dominance they had offensively last year. That was Carson Palmer's best year ever. You don't have a career year every year.
I kind of like what Vincent Jackson is going to do in this game.
Vinny Jack.
He's actually going up against a rookie corner. I think his name is Brandon Williams in the slot. This is his first year in the slot. And
Whoever's going against Breland, you should pick up in fantasy.
He had, man, you're hating on Washington. But anyways, Vincent Jackson, he had 7 targets last week, but he only caught 2 passes. I think he's going to be more efficient this week, and I think he's going to get in the end zone. I think Tampa Bay is going to cover this line. Easy. You're going spread solo.
Yeah, I love it.
Saying Arizona.
Yeah, because they're a better football team than Tampa Bay.
Agreed.
Well, Larry Fitzgerald looked
And
like a beast last
yeah,
week.
Larry
David-
Fitzgerald-
Got downgraded
He was a
to
beast.
probable, I believe it was, or something like that. I think he's still going to play, but I
Yeah.
got an alert on my phone on the ride home.
David Johnson looked like a beast last week.
They
as well.
obviously wouldn't have covered the line last week, but they should have won that game. I mean, kick a field goal and you win. So, as far as I'm concerned,
blow out Tampa Bay. You were high
Yeah.
on Tampa Bay, though. Didn't you say they were going to win the division?
if I did, then so be it.
He
I don't know.
might have had about 13 Miller Lights that night.
Yeah, I'll take it. I think I remember saying it now. But I don't know. Just Arizona, they're a better football team. 6 points ain't nothing.
Rebound game for Arizona.
No, yeah. Rebound game, and
Is it going to be an offensive game or a defensive struggle?
it'll be offensive for Arizona. It'll be like 30,
Nothing for
30,
Tampa Bay.
30 to 14, something like that.
Blown them out.
Yeah, it'll be reminiscent of that wonderful Washington blowout we witnessed.
All right, let's move on to your pick of the week, Easy. You were actually 5-2 in your last 7 picks of the week, although you did not win your pick of the week last week. You were going with the KC-Houston game. It is in Houston, and they are -2.5. The over-under is 43.5 in this game.
I like it.
Feeling KC.
Yeah. I'm feeling KC. I like Houston. They're a good football team. I should have picked them last week against the Bears because that was an easy cover by them. But
I actually think these two teams played for the first game of the season 2 years ago, maybe it was, and KC came out on top in that game. And I'm going to go with you, Easy, and say KC. I'm actually picking KC to win this game. Like you said, Jim, I don't necessarily believe in Brock Osweiler yet, although he looked pretty solid last week. Got the ball to Hopkins and their young receiver, Will Fuller, out there, each for a touchdown. But KC, they went down 24-3 against San Diego last week. Alex Smith put the team on his back, though, and he brought him back. That they went into overtime and won that game. I like KC this season. I like their defense. I like their offense. I'm not real high on Alex Smith or anything, but he doesn't turn the ball over much. So I'm going to say KC goes out and wins this game and at least covers this line.
Last year, Kansas City won the first game of the year and then lost 5 straight. And I'm pretty sure they did the same thing the year before. So
Really?
I got no faith in Kansas City over the next 5 games. I'm going to have to go Houston with this one. I'm still not sold on Brock Osweiler, or Brosweiler, as I like to call him. But he does know how to get the ball to his playmakers. He's not a gunslinger, I guess I would say, so he's not going to force a lot of passes. You might see him take some sacks, more than the regular quarterback. But I just think Houston does just enough to win this game. I think their defense steps up a little bit. In Kansas City, I know they stormed back and won that game, and I know it was a division game with San Diego, and they usually do play some crazy games between those two, and the Raiders play Kansas City pretty hard, no matter how good each team is. But I don't know. I don't think Kansas City has any chance in this game. I think it's a letdown game for them after that big comeback win last week. And I think Kansas City actually, I guess 7 to 10 points is considered a blowout nowadays in the NFL, so I guess I would say Houston's going to blow them out.
Johnny Parlay is going to go with you and say Houston, so we got a spread split here.
Split it up.
Easy on KC, you and Parlay on Houston.
If I ride with Parlay when we play golf, I lose, so hopefully I do better in picks. Ride or die Parlay.
Well, I think we had the same picks as him last week, and it didn't help us out much. We'll go with your pick of the week next, Jim. Like I said, you're 5-1 in your last 6 picks of the week. You won your pick of the week last week, and you are going with the team I took last week, and they screwed me. In Indianapolis, they are +6 at Denver, and the over-under is 46.5 in this game.
I know Denver's got the great defense. I know Denver's at home. I know Trevor Siemian didn't play terrible last week. I don't think he played great. And to one of our fans who I commented on a Facebook post, okay, Siemian is not a rookie quarterback technically because he rode the bench the entire season last year, but he's a first-year player, second-year player, whatever you want to call it, first-year starter. I don't know. I think Andrew Luck really comes through big in this game. I don't think it's going to be a high-scoring game. I just don't see Denver winning by 6. Can they even score 6 points? I mean, come on.
Well, let me tell you, Indianapolis' defense looked like garbage in week 1.
Chuck Pagano is going to coach them up.
I tell you what, too.
Chucky.
Both Abdullah and Theo Riddick had huge games against Indianapolis, and C.J. Anderson had a huge week 1 against a very good defense in Carolina. I think C.J. Anderson's going to run all over Indianapolis, but like you said, +6 for Indy. I got to go with that because I think their offense is still good enough to put up points, even against this great defense. And I just think Andrew Luck's going to have a turnaround game. I don't think Indianapolis is going to win this game, though. I think Denver is going to move to 2-0, and Indianapolis is going to move to 0-2. But I just don't like the -6 for Denver.
The way I see it is if Denver wins this football game, they're going to win it with defense, and they're going to win a close game. So then that allows Luck to be able to get that garbage time touchdown and bring in closer than 6 points.
I think Philip Dorsett's going to have a good game in this game as well.
I'll tell you what, we're doing this on Wednesday. My opinion changes by Sunday.
Yeah, no, you'll take the opposite.
Yeah.
In fact, last week, your pick of the week, you actually took the other team on Sunday and put money down on it.
That's it. I mean, my opinion changes in 3 days, so it's hit or miss. But because we were saying Indy +6. Well, what was the first game we talked about? The Buccaneers?
Yeah, they were +6.5.
Okay, so they're +6.5. It's like it's almost the same thing, but I like Arizona in the first one, but I like Indy in this one. You know what I mean? Like why?
Why? Because you're thinking
Arizona has a more complete offense than Denver, but I mean, I guess Denver has the better defense, so you could look at it either way.
And Indianapolis has, more trustworthy weapons, I guess. You can trust Andrew Luck a little bit more than you can trust Jameis Winston. I'm guessing that has something to do with it as well.
Well, yeah.
These lines are all going to change, too, and we say this every week, but, I mean, what did we see Arizona at, like 7 or something early in the week last week, and then ended up like 9.5?
I swear it was at 5 early in the week.
I mean, things change so much, so, I'm taking Indy at +6, but if it's game time and it's Denver -3, then, yeah, I'm probably going to take Denver.
Yeah, it's possible, but we're all going Indianapolis here. Spread sweep, Johnny Parlay saying Indy with us. And that's the only pick anyone cares about, obviously.
First spread sweep of the year,
season.
right?
No, we had a couple. The Giants last week and the Saints last week, and we split on those. Oh, and Indy last week as well, and we lost with that.
Redemption.
Well, yeah, back at it.
Redemption song.
If they let me down this week, I'm done with them.
All right, let's move on to my pick of the week here. I'm going to go with the Jacksonville game. Jacksonville
Jaguars
going the whole way across country to San Diego. San Diego is -3 in this game. I'm going to say the Jacksonville Jaguars. They had Green Bay on the ropes. They should have won that game last week. I know it was in Jacksonville. San Diego, they were in KC. They had a huge lead, though, 24-3, and KC came back and beat them in that game. I think that hurt, and with the loss of Keenan Allen, that really hurt. And we seen last season when Keenan Allen went down, they were the top passing offense in all football last year until Keenan Allen went down, and then they just fell apart. And I think they're going to be hurting this week. I think they're still thinking about that, and they're worried about this season without Keenan Allen. And I love Jacksonville's offense. I think they're going to blow up at some point here. In fact, I took Blake Bortles as my quarterback in a weekly fantasy. So I'm saying Jacksonville goes out and just wins this game.
Easy. Last year, Jacksonville couldn't hold a fourth quarter lead to save their life. This year, the Chargers blew a big lead against Kansas City. Which team is going to blow the lead this week?
San Diego, again, is going to blow it. I don't even think they're going to blow the lead. They're just...
Never going to get it?
They don't even want to be in San Diego. They want to be in L.A., right?
Believe it.
San Diego's going to have a bad season.
Yeah, that's the only... Yeah, San Diego, they're about the third worst team in the NFL.
I'm going solo here and taking the Chargers. I don't think the Jaguars can cross the country and still play well.
Oh, Blake Bortles, he's a California dreaming.
Believe it, you are going spread solo.
Really, the only reason I'm taking San Diego is because the cross-country trip. Both teams, I think, are equally pathetic.
If it was 2.5, I might be with you there, but since it's 3, I mean, they still got to win by more than a field goal for them to cover. So I'm just not feeling it, man. And I'm high on Jacksonville. I think their defense is going to be a little bit better this season. Nothing great, but, I mean, they did okay against Green Bay last week, although they blew it in the end or whatever. So spread solo, San Diego for Jim, Jacksonville for the rest of us. In the last game, nobody's pick of the week is Tennessee plus 5.5 at Detroit. The over-under is 47.5.
Who picked this game?
Oh, I just picked one out of the group. It don't even matter. Well, I wanted to pick something that I think we would all agree on, but Easy's not going to agree with us anyways. He's going spread solo. The rest of us are going to say Tennessee in this game.
Yeah, why?
Because Detroit's pathetic.
Yeah, I mean, Detroit's one.
Riddick and Abdullah and Stafford didn't look very pathetic last week.
Abdullah's
they went
never
out.
done anything.
They
What
went out
that
and
dude.
beat Indianapolis, but like I said, Indianapolis's defense looked terrible. Tennessee, I think, has a little bit better of a defense than
Much
Indianapolis at this point. And, I mean, DeMarco Murray looked pretty good out there. Tajay Sharp looked good out there. Rashard Matthews didn't do much, but Marcus Mariota, I like the weapons he got out there. Game 2 of the season, I think he's going to have a better game. I don't necessarily think they're going to win this game, but plus 5.5, man, what does Detroit, they haven't earned anything to have a plus 5 or a minus 5.5 in a game.
I think Mariota, honestly, literally himself runs all over Detroit and has like 70 yards rushing in this game and actually helps Tennessee to win this football game.
Going to come out and just completely win it.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, what has Detroit done? I mean, I understand that they've been a little better than, well, we'll say it, a lot better than Tennessee, because most teams have been a lot better than Tennessee over the last few seasons. But it's not like Detroit's really gone out and run all over everybody in the last couple of years. They've been an up and down team, and they lost Calvin Johnson, who's their best player, and they added some other players to try to make up for it, but it's not the same offense. Stafford isn't the same quarterback without Calvin Johnson. I mean, this is my sleeper of the week. Tennessee, I'll take it.
And I think Detroit, both, like I said, both of those backs out there, Abdullah and Theo Riddick had good games last week. And I think both of those guys are going to be inconsistent players throughout the season. And especially, I don't think Theo Riddick is going to do what he did last week again against Tennessee's defense. I think it's going to be a different kind of game. And I don't think Detroit's just going to go out there and put up, what was it, the most points this week, I think it was
so.
Actually.
Other than...
I think they're just going to score maybe 2 less touchdowns this week, and that's going to be enough for Tennessee to cover this line. But we did see Tennessee last week.
Tennessee.
They were up on Minnesota, and then they just blew it in the end, and Minnesota just handled them over the second half.
2 defensive touchdowns from Minnesota helped them win that football game. So the offense of Tennessee kind of gave it away.
Mariota's going to have a couple turnovers like he always does. He's still not figuring it out yet.
Well, let me tell you, Stafford's a guy that can turn the ball over 3 or 4 times in a game.
Mm-hmm. Well, we're going to find out.
That's it. So 3-1 Tennessee, huh?
Detroit, stay up.
Detroit Rock City, garbage.
But that's it. Is anybody going to go over 500 this week? That is the real question.
Me.
Yeah.
5-0.
I knew that was coming. Yep, and I knew the 5-0 was coming too.
I don't know.
Looks like 5 solid picks to me.
I hope Johnny Parlay goes over 500. Oh, no. Yeah, I have the same picks as him. No, he took Houston. I took KC. So he can go 2-3. I'll go 3-2. That works.
Do we have any of the same picks? Because if we do, I have to change it. Oh, shit. We both picked Indy and Tennessee.
And Tampa Bay.
Ugh. There's 3 losses.
Well, we picked the same picks last week, and we got 2 wins, so I don't see how that works.
Beat nuts. Fans, questions, comments, any games you like, any games you want to see or hear us pick next week, hit us up on Twitter at bet_the_spread. Hit me up on Twitter at betjimthewin. Check out the Facebook page at facebook.com/betthespread. Keep coming back to YouTube. Keep clicking subscribe. We're going to go Facebook Live one of these days, and it's going to be all dash all day.
And bet against Pitt this week. Oklahoma State, baby.
Is that your college pop?
No, it's just another pick for everyone.
Joe knew.
Get quick money.